That's the '90s show. Season 2 just dropped on Netflix. Finally binged through it, and I really enjoyed season 1. I'm not a big That's the '70s Show fan. Like, I've seen the entire series once, and I kind of like had some thoughts about the show that I didn't realize were controversial takes because I'm not really in the fandom of that show. Like I said, that I didn't really like Hyde's relationship with what's her name? Mila Kunis's character, Jackie, that's her name. I'm forgetting. God, but like that was a hot take, and I didn't know. For some people, that was a hot take. I just genuinely didn't know because I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't know. That's just what I thought. So I don't know. I enjoyed this show, right? I think this season did highlight something for me that does bug me about the show. I think this might be another Fuller House situation, and I don't really like to compare this show to that show because Full House is a shitty show. Like, it was a bad show back when it came out. It's a bad show now, and Fuller House is even worse somehow. But That's the '70s Show is actually a good show. Like, I actually do want to rewatch the whole series at some point. I haven't done it yet, but I want to, right? So I think this show is fine, but I think season 1 was good, right? It gave you a good setup to all these characters, and you're like, okay, I really enjoy seeing these characters back. I enjoy these new characters. But then season 2 just feels like it kind of lost that momentum. And I think it lost that momentum because you just realize, oh, this show doesn't really have an identity outside of being That's the '70s Show, but not. I don't know. I really like our new lead protagonist. I like some of her storylines, but it felt like this whole season with all these characters we kind of run around in circles. It just wasn't as funny or as good as that '70s Show, and so I don't know. And the best things I could say about this season is I enjoyed seeing Donna's dad come back, and he had a good episode, and that was fun. But at the same time, I hate saying that because that feels like kind of disservice to the show, right? The best aspect is it bringing back something from another show, right? Which obviously the show's a continuation of, but it didn't feel like. I don't know. I also felt a little bit weird and unnatural. Like, he just kind of shows up as like, "Hey, I'm your neighbor again, sweet," and I'm sorry, my light just went out there. Like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, I don't know. I like this show. I think it's still fun, but it did. I feel like if we get more of this show, it needs to start working to build its own identity outside of just being That's the '70s Show, but light.